I have a positive attitude towards brands like New Acoustic Dimensions and Paul and Sue Barton, more familiar to audiophiles like NET and PSB. In my time, I had luxurious PSBM and Giant T6, which were easily pumped by NET 747. It was a very powerful hi-fi bundle that provides satisfactory sound quality. You might wonder, what is the purpose of all this? When we already have the Bluesound Flex 2 in our testing and miniature plastic systems that are unrelated to established and reputable brands like NET and PSB, it appears. They have friends, they have it all, and in every direction. First of all these three companies are part of the Canadian concern Landbrook, and PSB is responsible for the acoustic part in these little ones, known for its developments in the field of acoustic solutions and cooperation with the National Research Council of Canada. The iron part was designed by specialists from NET, engineers who are considered pioneers in the field of digital hi-fi amplification. After all, it was the netovci who successfully experimented in this field and, in my opinion, rolled out the revolutionary fully digital amplifier NET M2, which still outperforms many modern high-end devices. What if I tell you that this is not the most interesting part of the IS data? Their brain math software, the real highlight of the hi-fi cake. Max capabilities in home and commercial audio. After all, Bluesound is a whole ecosystem that burst into the narrow market of similar solutions, where Sonos was the undisputed leader and began to squeeze it, offering users not only usability, but also excellent sound. Yes, certainly they are not B&W Diamond series, but I can guarantee you that for most inexperienced users, the audio quality of this speaker will be more than sufficient. But you can put the second AC next to it, 2 clicks in the app, combine them into a wireless stereo pair. And if you don't have enough depth and pressure, you can buy, for example, a wireless subwoofer and make it a trifle. Or relocate the column data to the rear and position a soundbar in the front, and you already possess a fully fledged wireless home theater with the appropriate sound layout by channels. Imagine having your own house or wanting to fill your small apartment with high quality music. Bedroom soundbar, living room home theater, kitchen flexes hanging or Pulse 2 displayed on shelf, no extra info added. You control all of this with the application. Combine it into different zones or make it sing in chorus at the same time. With any services, Tidal, Cubase, Spotify, TuneIn, or even through Roon, support for everyone's favorite MQA, Hi-Res, and AirPlay. We collected exactly everything that I, for example, do not use.
Full service. Look how many of them are here.
Deezer, Napster, I don't know who else utilizes them. Spotify. Well, the most crucial thing for me is, of course, Tidal. But another significant moment, Bluesound supports Tidal Connect, so you can open your regular Tidal app and easily select, for instance, this speaker, Pulse, or choose and play this song in your improvised theater, or once again, somewhere in the kitchen and so forth. I imagine how much can be saved on just the wires and finishing works by integrating such solutions into residential and non-residential premises. A huge amount. BluOs application. Very convenient. We immediately see which column is connected. Here you have the option to add 1, 2, 3, 10 columns and then combine them into pairs if needed. Also, make a 3-channel sound system or home theater, set up multiple zones like living room, bedrooms, and theater area. Every column is entirely self-contained, therefore you have the ability to play any music program or radio station on it. Thus, Tidal tuning, all is accessible. Podcasts. Very convenient, functional, no need to dance with tambourines. Like recently I set up Kenton wireless speakers for a person and spent, without exaggeration, minutes. 30 in order to coordinate 2 columns and perform the task. Let's unpack the box and examine the level of importance Canadians place on their customers and how much they care. A small box. You can see it is packaged in the style of an iPhone, that is nothing extra. Here we can see all the advantages like Bluetooth, BluOs, MQA, Wi-Fi and so on. Let's open up and see what we have there. Naturally, documentation is welcome. Welcome to Living Hi-Fi, Bluesound, and our range of products. Let's explore and discover what we've got. Very convenient, look, divided into two parts.
The narrative will be continued.
The first part is the column itself.
Wow, that's incredible.
The material is really nice. It feels just like it was packed by my mom. I love it. So everything is carefully and well. And it smells good too. Fits comfortably in the hand, like a glove. You know, you can practically push the core, push the blue sound, you know. The product is of very good quality. It is just great. The column is pleasant. The soft touch is made very qualitatively. By the way, the grill can be removed, but I can't disconnect it from the column right away. We would like to see with you, I think, what dynamics are utilized. Before I move on, I know what's there. This is a 1VC speaker and NTSC speaker. Behind us we have practically everything you need for happiness is food, optical input, analog input, it is combined, and a headphone output, internet, service button, USB. This is for fastening, so you can always hang it on a bracket. The buttons, by the way, are also very convenient. This glossy plastic, I don't really like it in terms of usability, but it definitely looks beautiful in terms of appearance. And you, for example, if you don't use the app, can always control this nuclear power plant using these buttons. Additionally, due to this soft touch case, fingerprints are not visible, particularly on the column that is white in color. Second department with accessories. You see, they simply did not miss the crucial moment.
To let us know that there are accessories here.
Specifically power cords, that is. Not only did they manufacture this box, but they also produced a sticker. This indicates that the company gives consideration to such details.
Always a pleasure.
Well, on my initial try, I accidentally removed our native power adapter that is specifically designed for our region. Well, what a book! I believe we will not read it with you precisely because the management is intuitive. Despite its small size, there are plenty of connections. Here we have optics, analog, wired, internet, headphone output, USB input, and accordingly power. Regrettably, not at audiophile level. The baby has a weight of 1.2 kilos, which is not much, but it is not empty. Under the lid we have several speakers. 25mm tweeter, clearly not made of beryllium diamond, and 9cm woofer, driven by 25 watts of amplification from NAD. Moving on to the rating, as I'm familiar with this product, installed multiple systems on Bluesound, I'll say the following about it.
Sound.
Ideally, I'd split this parameter into movies and public places like bars and restaurants. So, when watching movies, this system undoubtedly outperforms the built-in speakers on any TV, even on top-of-the-line Sony models, without any issues. By adding a subwoofer, you can enhance the quality of sound and experience a descent to lower frequencies. For the sound design of the data columns, it is quite sufficient. The main thing is not to overdo it with the volume and not to skimp on the quantity at the expense of quality. The rating for the entire experience is 7 points in total. Music 8 points. Mismatch of sizes and reproduction quality. They will amaze an inexperienced audiophile with their power, drive, and dynamic range. ICDC certainly won't play to the fullest. And to be honest, my term paper from Fat Joe was unconvincing. But again, friends, what to compare with? By the way, I played with these little ones and was amazed by their speed. In terms of the close field, it is more than good at this price. I also listened to Miles Davis' True Blue, and honestly, of course, it is not a haunt, but I derived a certain pleasure from it. Reliability. Knowing how NAD and PSB make their products, one can expect stable hardware performance. In software, there are complaints about Android. Binding column to app was not successful initially. Plus, occasionally Tidal Connect glitched. Thus, it was necessary to restart the app and the operating system. But again, it was only on Android. When testing on iPad, such problems were not observed at all. Everything was clear, fast, understandable, and very intuitive. I think that developers will finally finish the interface for Android in the near future. I do not know what the problem is there. I won't say it bothered me a lot, but nevertheless, there was such a nuance, I'm telling you about it. Design 8 points, feels great, looks good as well, but I do not have any wow effect or exceptional impression. Bending lines appear pleasing from the rear, but when placed in a home setting, guests will certainly not give them any attention. On the other hand, it is advantageous when utilized in a cafe, bar, or restaurant. Restrained, stylish, but nothing more. By the way, they also come in black. Price quality is definitely 10 points. A breakthrough in the field of multi-room wireless audio systems, created for those who hate dragging kilometers of cables through cottages and various shops, restaurants, and all sorts of commercial premises. Regrettably, as a traditional audiophile who adores large, hefty amplifiers, speakers weighing 50 kilograms and above, I acknowledge that these types of products will ultimately displace classic systems from the market and propel them towards the high-end segment. Well, one cannot impede progress.